If you're new to the channel, I'm a self-taught web developer based in the UK, and I actually owe a lot of my self-taught journey to freeCodeCamp. And as you can see here, if you're not aware, freeCodeCamp was started by Quincy Larson, and recently, just gone on October 25th, it was actually their 8th birthday. Which is kind of crazy to think that they're relatively new. I'm sure I heard about freeCodeCamp a few years ago, or more than a few years ago, probably when they were sort of just getting started. But yeah, never actually picked up, obviously learning to code or went on the website. But yeah, I then did actually do that in 2020, obviously along with a lot of other people, and started sort of my self-taught web development journey. And as you can see here, I just wanted to record a quick video to show you some of the exciting upcoming announcements that Quincy announced basically on this 8th anniversary. I actually was only on Twitter again for the Next.js conference, just to, sort of keep in touch and see what's going on there. Otherwise, I don't really go on Twitter. So yeah, if you do follow me, don't expect to follow back. But yeah, I thought I would just go through and look at some of these announcements because it's really quite exciting. And yeah, what they've been able to do on freeCodeCamp, and obviously just the amount of resources on there already, and then where they want to take it is really quite impressive. So yeah, it's quite exciting. So essentially, you can see here, to summarize in one picture, eventually they'll have two different learning paths. So there's free and verified certifications, but there's also free accredited university degrees, which I think is kind of crazy if you think about it. Obviously, having a Bachelor of Computer Science, obviously through freeCodeCamp, but these are accredited. So, it's on your CV, it's on your LinkedIn, and I assume there'll be tests, and I'm not sure exactly how they'll do it. I think he goes into a bit more detail below, but that's amazing. And I think I'll be certainly taking this out. Obviously being self-taught, you don't often have qualifications. I didn't go to a boot camp or anything. I literally started with freeCodeCamp, and then used a number of other online resources. But yeah, I haven't paid a penny for my education yet. It's just my time and effort, I guess. And I'm very much excited to see where this goes. And yeah, I'll be certainly doing all of the new modules just for myself, and then maybe on YouTube as well. But yeah, as you can see, the left hand side, so the certifications are kind of the sort of the classic and the existing route that you might take. I certainly did the first three, and not all of the front end development libraries, I believe. I think there was maybe one or two modules on that I didn't complete, perhaps the projects. But as you can see here, we've got some, the degrees and a new sort of course or path, and more perhaps related to science and mathematics. And yeah, it's really quite interesting. And as you can see, it can take 4 years or longer. So it's, they're sort of really putting in, I guess there's a lot that will be available. So just scrolling down on the tweet by Quincy, we can see that, they're basically working to make it possible for anyone, anywhere in the world, to work towards earning free accredited university degrees. And this vision may take a decade or longer to accomplish, but they've already made substantial progress towards realizing it. And I think that's what's so cool, is like that's the end goal. And it will take a while for sure, but yeah, we'll hopefully be able to contribute to this, and yes, I'll see how they get on over the next few years. So, and you can see here there's a full list of actually the 40 courses that they're planning to develop, and there's math and Python, but there's a lot of sort of obviously philosophy, history of computation, algebra, calculus, as you see, health and wellness. There's so much, and yeah, it's just kind of inspiring to see what they want to do with freeCodeCamp, and yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, that was kind of it. It was I certainly obviously liked this tweet. It was kind of the first one that I saw when I was back on Twitter, and as I said, I don't go on here too often, but I'll certainly be sort of keeping in touch. Obviously, I guess with Quincy, and sort of seeing any updates as they come along. And yeah, I guess, there you go. You can actually see my reply there. I think that was, sort of the day or two I joined. But yeah, freeCodeCamp got me started back with web dev back in sort of, the summer of 2020. And obviously a year later, I was working as a developer, and then another year after that, I'm now in my second job, as obviously a front-end engineer, and I'm loving every single moment of it. So certainly recommend, if you're looking at freeCodeCamp, even now, I would certainly recommend taking their path, starting with the responsive web design. I'm actually going through that again at the moment and recording the videos here on YouTube, because this was a refactored, or not to use refactored, obviously too much tech on the brain, but yeah, it's a new course. It's in beta at the moment, but yeah, I believe that will be the one that they'll be using going forward, and the course that I took is now considered legacy. So yeah, I just want to make sure that I'm all up to date with all the newest trends related to HTML, CSS, and that kind of thing. But yeah, I certainly recommend this JavaScript Algorithms and Data Structures certification. It's probably the best one I've done so far. It just obviously being self-paced, you can really take your time and understand all the concepts. Because yeah, I do know from going from HTML and CSS, which I was learning for probably about 4 or 5 months, maybe more, before I jumped into JavaScript, it's quite a big leap. But yeah, the quicker you can sort of get going and have some good resources to learn from, obviously the better it will be in the long term. So yeah, that's kind of all for this video. I think we're just going to bet on freeCodeCamp and look forward to seeing what they develop over the years to come. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.